Hi everybody, welcome to the Canadian Preppers Network YouTube channel. This week on Fireside Friday, we're just going to take a quick simple look at my personal EDC kit. We'll be right back. And we're back. Great to have you with us. Let's take a look. Personal EDC kit, everyday carry. First thing we're going to start with is my keychain. And on the keychain, first of all, LED flashlight. Takes a AAA battery. Nothing fancy. Gets the job done though. Also on my keychain is this little thing. I don't know if anybody's ever seen these before. This is a CPR mask. It's great. Keeps a barrier between you and a patient if you have to administer CPR. And yes, I do have the training to use it. That's important too. Know how to do it before you try and do it. Also on my keychain is this. Now, this is just made by another prepper, sent to me as a Christmas present a couple of years ago. Just a keychain made out of paracord. There's really a lot of paracord here. I forget how much really is here. He told me when he gave it to me, I forget. There's two colors in here, olive green and orange. If you want something low key, if you want something high key, you've got both here. Interestingly enough, on this one is this little metal guy. Let me try and show this to the camera a bit. It's actually a dude wearing a gas mask and a helmet. Not only is it kind of cool, but it's made out of metal, and I guess if you had to, you could use it for self-defense. Got enough swing on it to take a good whack. Let's move on to my pockets. Of course, I'm wearing the typical prepper uniform of cargo pants. So in one pocket, simple folding knife. This one's made by Leatherman. Had this for years, never failed me. Nice lock back on it. Assisted open knob on the blade right there. It's great. Never let me down. Always have it with me in my pocket. On the other side of my pants pockets in another cargo, we have the COVID-19 prep stuff. And what we have in there, again, always with me, this is in my pocket so I never forget it, is my mask and bottle of hand sanitizer. Normal times, I don't have this in my pocket. These days I do. It's become everyday carry for me. We move on to a small pouch that I carry with me right here. First thing you'll notice on the back of it, clamped in, UV5R. I have the extended battery on the back. This is programmed with weather radio channels. It has the FRS, GMRS programmed into it. For listening only. I don't use it to transmit, but it is kind of handy because there are some people that use FRS, GMRS, road crews and stuff, especially around here, like to use them. So, you know, I can listen in and maybe find out if a road's being closed or if there's work going on it and there's a detour or something like that. Also on here is the local repeaters in my area, as well as the emergency services. Basically the police frequencies, provincial police here, the Quebec, Sûreté de Quebec frequencies locally are programmed here, as well as repeaters and police frequencies to places that I travel regularly. Thetford Mines area, South Shore of Montreal area, Eastern Townships area. Wherever I travel on a fairly regular basis, I've programmed police frequencies and local repeaters into here. And not all, but all of the radios that I use for that purpose, or my family has for that purpose, are programmed with the same frequencies. I use chirp so I can name them, so you're not guessing in channel 1, channel 2, or what the frequencies are. I use chirps. I put names in them so that they're easy to understand what they are. Also, if you notice on this, one of the first things you want to do with a ham radio is replace the typical stock rubber ducky. I use an NA771 from Nagoya. Fantastic, very flexible. It's a little bit long and unwieldy, but yeah, I find it's probably the best option for the money. $20 to $30 for a decent antenna. If you see them for like $10, it's a fake, it's a copy. Pass it up. That's what we have there. In the front pocket of the pouch is my cell phone. Bet you haven't seen one of these in a long time. Yeah, no, I don't use a smartphone. I work from home. I have internet access at home whenever I'm there. So I really don't feel a need to have internet access in my pocket at all times. It does have a camera. It will take videos. So, you know, it works for me. But I don't feel, I've never felt that I needed a smartphone for anything. In this little pouch here, this little side pocket here, it's a pen and a pencil. Now, even up till a couple days ago, I only carried a pen in there. I said, well, writing instrument, throw a pen in, ought to be good enough. And then I started thinking, winter time and, you know, summertime. Winter they can freeze, summertime they tend to dry up if they're in the heat a lot, pens. So I just took a carpenter's pencil, which I can sharpen with my pocket knife or some other things that I have inside here. I find pencil is going to be a little bit more reliable to write things down than a pen. If a pen dries up, you're buggered. If a pencil breaks, you just sharpen it down again and away you go. Into these pockets, to go along with the pen and pencil, just a notepad. That's it. You want to write something down, you don't have to write it on your hand. Carry a small notepad. They're dirt cheap. You can buy packs of these at the dollar store for $1 and you get like 10 or 20 of them in there. Easy peasy. Also, because of COVID-19, here's a spare filter for my mask. Yeah, that's the type I use. This is an N95 filter. But if something happens to the filter that's in my mask when I'm out there, I want it to be still useful. So, yeah, I carry a spare filter these days. Sorry for the noise. There's some kids running back on ATVs here, back and forth. This is a battery pack. Not sure what's in it. I really don't know the milliamperes on this or whatever. I also keep it with a cord that will charge up my phone. So if I do need to charge up my phone, if it's dead, stick it in there, plug that into my phone, away I go. It's the same cable. I can reverse it like that, plug that into a USB port in my car and recharge it so that it's always ready to go. But this just gets wound up, fold it up like that, hold it against the battery pack, and this big thick elastic band, the kind you see on broccoli in the grocery store, holds it all together like that. Backup flashlight. It's an Elfin. It's a $20 LED flashlight. Adjustable beam, everything else. Takes the 18650 battery in the back. I love these things. I have a quick charger for it that's USB powered. So I'm really trying to change over pretty much anything I can to the 18650 lithium ion batteries. They're great. Also in here, spare battery in case that one's dead. Lighter. Typical Bic lighter, not those cheap dollar store things you buy 2 or 3 or 4 for $1. Get a Bic lighter, much more reliable. Check it out every once in a while, make sure it's always working. On top of that, in here is a multi-tool. It's 2 pieces to it. Not a Leatherman, not a $300 multi-tool. $20 thing from Canadian Tire, and I've had this thing for like 5 years and it's never ever once let me down. Pliers, lots of tools, knife blade, a couple of screwdrivers, all punch, you name it, it's on here. Let me just pull this part out so that you can see it. I don't use it very often. It's all kind of tough. It's very tight after 5 years still. I also keep with it this set of screwdriver bits for different applications. You have an adapter here. Simply slides on that square peg, and then you have your bits. You have your Phillips, you have some Robertsons here, and you have some flatheads here, just to be able to change it out, get to whatever screw you want. I mean, it already has a Robertson screwdriver on it right there, but 3 different sizes of them, plus the Robertsons, plus the flats. That's going to pretty much take care of anything I come across that I can fix easily like that. So I get my elbow off the table so it stops jiggling the camera. That's my EDC pouch. Here's the pouch. $7, $8 on eBay. Again, it's never let me down. It's a good size. I can strap it to my belt. Okay, you have the loops on the back. I can strap it to my belt if I'm hiking. Here comes the thunder, so this is going to be a quick video now. Yeah, and it's not too big that I tend to look at it and go, I don't feel like carrying it. I just sit it on the table next to the door, and I just grab it on my way out the door. You know, the fact that it also has my cell phone in it, I tend to try not to forget it too much. So that's my EDC kit. This is everyday carry. If I'm going to go anywhere that's going to be, say, less than an hour or 2 walk home, if my car were to break down or whatever, I have this with me. If I'm doing longer trips, I'll carry a get-home bag. That'll be a totally different video. We'll save that for another day. I won't get into that one now because, well, you know, I'm dealing with electricity and I've got a nasty thunderstorm rolling in here. So that's it. That's my EDC kit. My advice, keep it small so that you don't get into that mindset of it's too big, it's too unwieldy, I'm not going to take it with me this time. Trust me, keep it small, keep it light. You're more likely to take it with you, and you're more likely to have it when you need it. Stay safe, Canada. It's a tough world out there.